shot, save, rebound, Marchand. Brad Marchand is the all-time regular season overtime game-winning goal scorer for the Boston Bruins.
Marchand mania, forget the A sewn on his jersey. Somebody get this man a cape. What's up, everybody? Welcome into Bruins Now. I am your host, Michaela Vernava. How about them bees? Now a perfect 5 of 5 in a row at TD Garden as part of their 6-game homestand that they are currently in. That means they're also a perfect 5 of 5 without Patrice Bergeron, and that is really saying something. And it's all thanks in large part to one very pesky player in particular. Look at this, a hat trick on Tuesday night, and Marchand scored the game winner in not one, not two, but 3 of the Bees' past outings. And for that, 98.5's Tony Maserati said it best, tweeting, "Brad Marchand is rapidly becoming the David Ortiz of hockey, king of the walk-off." Maz, I agree with that. And Marchand is now the Bruins franchise record holder for most regular season overtime goals with 11. The left winger also leads his team this season in points with 67, goals with 29, and a plus-minus of 32. Here's what he had to say about his latest game winner.
How'd that last goal compare to your last 2 game winner?
A little easier, but I think it's just a product of everybody doing their job the right way and keeping it simple. And when you do that, you get pucks in net, good things happen.
Want to now welcome in our hockey analyst, Mike Cole. And Mike, we just heard Brad Marchand giving a lot of credit to his teammates there for his past several game-winning goals, but he obviously has been playing spectacular. He's given credit to the other guys, but just how instrumental has he been to this Bruins team over the past several games?
Yeah, he's been a little modest, I would say. He's been as good as any player in the NHL for the last week or so. Even if you want to go back to the last 5 games since they've been without Bergeron, he's got 5 goals, 4 assists in that time period. Seems like literally every night he's scoring a game-winning goal. I know it's not that way, but it really feels like that. And I guess the last couple of games it has been that way. Yeah, he's been as good as they need him to be, and I think that's something that we talked about it last week on this very show, talking about is more of a how did the defensemen step up and fill in for Charlie McAvoy, and I kind of mentioned as well the forwards kind of have to pitch in too, and Brad Marchand has taken his game to another level without Patrice Bergeron on that line. And we've seen 1 game of evidence of him doing it without David Backes as well. So they've needed him more so than ever, and he's kind of just stepped up. He's taken his game to the next level. Whatever cliche you want to use, it's been really impressive. And I think at certain points you have to step back with Brad Marchand and look what his career has been. This is a guy who wasn't very heralded coming into the league, and he just continues to defy expectations and really. As long as he's keeping himself out of trouble, he is as good as anybody else in that league, especially with the players that they have surrounding him. So it's really been incredible to watch.
So what I want to know is how he's taking his game to the next level. We see the numbers. Right. Is it just a matter of puck luck, or what has he done to improve?
It's hard to say. I mean, puck luck is almost taking away from what he's doing, but at a certain point, like these things kind of average themselves out over a long run. But I mean, you look at the goals that he's scoring. This is like a mix of skill and hard work that we haven't seen from a lot of players, in such a small period of time. Where you go back and you look at the Thursday night goal, the game winner. This is the guy who gets in the right spot on the ice and works harder than anybody else to get to the puck, and that puck's rolling across the goal line, and he's the first guy there jamming it home. But at the same time, we can also go back to the game winner earlier in the week in overtime. He gets in the right spot and makes a tremendous play to lift the puck on the backhand. It really is an incredible mix of just doggedness, or whatever you want to call it, hard work, if that's as simple as you want to get, and just elite skill. And it's kind of all intersecting at the right time, and it couldn't come at a better time for the Bruins.
Yes, and really doubly perfect timing, because Bruins fans needed something to distract them. This week did not start off on a high note. The team announced Tuesday defenseman Charlie McAvoy suffered a sprained left MCL. He'll miss at least 4 weeks, after which he'll be reevaluated. In the meantime, the rookie knows the black and gold just have to keep on keeping on.
My goal is to get back as soon as I can. as fast as possible. But that being said, not putting myself at risk to come back early to potentially hurt it again. That wouldn't do well for me or the team. I mean, no one really wins if that's the scenario. But we're working really hard here, and we have a good game plan as to the necessary steps to get back. So I am confident that I'll be back. My ultimate goal would be to get back for regular season games, so I can give myself an opportunity to get up to pace and try and find my game a bit before the playoffs. But I mean, whatever happens, that'll there'll be a reason behind it.
Well, if losing McAvoy on top of already missing Bergie wasn't enough, David Backes hit with a 3-game suspension for his hit on Detroit's Franz Nielsen. It's Backes' first suspension or a fine ever in his 12-year NHL tenure.
That's certainly an unintended consequence to the play. I think the play is kind of a awkward one-off type of play where he's coming back in the zone, receiving a puck, kind of sees me coming, and I'm going to finish a hit and trying to get around him, and by the end trying to abort the whole thing altogether and just avoid it all. But the decision's the decision. There's, that's the way that the process is currently in the collective bargaining agreement.
But be it battered, bruised, or suspended, we all know, and the Bees know, that teamwork makes the dream work. Check this out. Isn't this nice? Bergie getting a little help from the boys. Brandon Carlo helped him out on the ice for the team photo. And there it is, whole squad in the house. And since we're on social media, here's Casey McDonald with a great TBT in this week's Social Drive presented by Nissan.
Time now for your Nissan Social Drive, brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. So let's start out with a throwback Thursday, shall we? On this day, in 1983, Ray Bourque became the second defenseman in Bruins team history to score a hat trick with 3 goals in an 11-5 victory over the Quebec Nordiques. Another throwback.
Social Drive is presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites.
The Nissan Rogue has everything I need to take on today. Intelligent all-wheel drive when I need to follow the story or create my own path. Style, smarts, and storage. In the Nissan Rogue, I'm not just along for the ride, I'm driving. Shop the Rogue at your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
And watch me, Casey McDonald, with your Nissan Social Drive nightly on NESN Sports Today.
Well, another guy rising to the occasion, Anton Khudobin, he did a hell of a job filling in for a pair of games that Tuukka Rask missed due to a minor injury. Khudobin brought his season record to 14-4-4 with 2 overtime wins, in which he finished with save percentages of .964 and .857. He now has a season save percentage of .918. And don't forget, he did that without the help of McAvoy on the blue line in the past 2 games.
We win, and I'm going to talk to Goalie Bob and talking about these games like this. You have to have these games like that to figure out what to do. It can be all 82 games in a row, same thing, same way. So you have to learn from the games, and this is one of them.
So great to know you've got a guy like that as a backup between the pipes, but nevertheless, great to have Rask back. He stopped 31 of 33 shots on goal Thursday night for the win, and the Bruins wrap up this homestand with their final game on Saturday, a matinee against the Chicago Blackhawks. Puck drops at 1 p.m. as always. Catch the game on NESN. Thank you for watching Bruins Now, but before you go, please feast your eyes on this. Holy cake! Clearly a wedding fit for hockey royalty. I can already see a bunch of beauties out there getting ideas for their big day. Oh boy.